House Bill 402, an act relating to flagrant non-support. Representative Massey.
Gentleman from McCracken.
I again yield to the gentleman from Boone 66 for explanation of the bill and motion thereon.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Boone 66 for explanation of bill and a motion thereon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This kind of goes hand in hand with the bill that this body just entertained and passed, and this bill is for flagrant non-support. You may or may not realize that in Kentucky, unless we pass this, if a person gets more than $1,000 behind in child support, that they are subject to felony charges. Candidly, most people never receive those felony charges, but nonetheless, it's there. One of the things that we've considered is that in today's world, if somebody loses their job and they have no money coming in, and they have the inability to hire counsel to file a motion to modify or suspend child support, then by the time they do get a job, they're already in a felony status, if you will. Most of these are not resolved as felonies anyway, unless they're very, very egregious. But it does have an implication in the economy if a person were to have a pending felony charge with respect to this matter. We initially started this as a request to elevate the threshold from $1,000 to $5,000, but after discussion with many parties that are involved, we actually filed a committee sub lowering that to $2,500. So I would ask that the clerk report the committee sub.
Clerk, please report.
House Committee Sub 1 to House Bill 402.
Gentleman from Boone.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The sub reduces it down to $2,500 before a felony matter would be charged against the individual that is behind in support. That does not mean, ladies and gentlemen, that somebody could not be held in contempt or prosecuted, if you will, because they are not living up to the obligation of caring for their minor children. But what it does do is it prevents them from being put into a felony status for $1,000, which in many cases, especially with the elevated child support, can happen very quickly. I have many clients that may pay $700 or $800 a month in child support, depending on the number of children. So if there are not any other questions with the committee sub, we would move for passage of House Bill 402 as amended by the committee sub.